Whew, man. All right, that one hurt. It doesn't feel the same as it does after a win, especially when we fumble the game at the last second like that. Honestly, it looked like we were about to have our sixth win in a row, everybody. It really did. Let's talk about the first half of this game real quick here. Banton, and I just made a video about Banton actually. If y'all haven't checked that out, then check it out. It's definitely worth watching because I personally believe that Delano Banton, who had a pretty solid game in this one, and I'll get into the box score shortly. I will say that Freddie continues to shine. Achua, overall, he had a better game, but that first half, he definitely had it going. He was getting those boards, and he was finishing his layups. And OG was going really hard in the paint tonight. He was actually punishing them all game. Scottie Barnes had a solid game. It was really good to see Scottie come back. Now, granted, he came back. We lost, but this was a nail-biter, guys. This was a very tough loss. It's one of those losses that, you're going to get throughout an 82-game schedule. Sometimes things may not go your way. Some calls may not go your way. At crucial times, you may miss shots. The Raptors led throughout this game. It wasn't until the final 4.8 seconds that Cleveland took a 1-point lead. It looked like we were well on our way, like I said, to getting our sixth victory in a row. And I was so looking forward to saying, Jurassic Nation, Raptors Nation, that's 6 wins for the 6, baby. I was so looking forward to saying that with mad enthusiasm. But that's not to say that there won't be more opportunities. The season is yet young, and anyone who has their heads down after that one, don't. Because it was a close game, and even though we fumbled the bag, we got to remember one thing. We are a young team. We're still learning a system that is quite complex, and it's going to take a little bit of growing pains, as I've said. There are going to be some growing pains, as I said in my previous takes. I especially said that in my season preview video, where I had my face in the video. It's called Face Reveal. Toronto Raptors season preview. Now, fast forward to the fourth quarter, and I'm going to fast forward to the very end here because we all know what happened. We're all going to look at the highlights. So I'm not going to go and fully recap everything for you in that way and bore you guys out quarter to quarter. What I will say is that the Cavs ran some pick and roll action out of the last timeout for Cleveland with 24 seconds left. Cleveland had never, once again, led at this point. Some crucial missed shots brought us to that point in that game. This game was not supposed to be so close in crunch time. And speaking of crunch time, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Gary Trent Jr. He is a thief this season, especially in crunch time. He won us a game with a steal it was about a week ago or so. And that very same Gary Trent Jr. almost did the same thing tonight. In crunch time, twice he shut down Colin Sexton. And you gotta love that defense. Man's a serious thief. That man-to-man defense, he locked Sexton's ass. And that was crucial for us. And if OG didn't miss that shot, and Scottie didn't miss that tap in, I'm sure he's gonna beat himself up because Scottie is that type of person, You can just tell. And I know Scottie is nursing that hand injury that he has, that finger injury, and I know it's not 100% because you could kind of tell his mid-range shot wasn't as money as it usually is in this one. I'll tell you, he did struggle from the field after, I think this is probably the first time I've seen him struggle from the field. 6 of 19 today. He didn't shoot any three-pointers. I'm getting into the box score now. 8 offensive rebounds from our young rookie, though, guys. 8 offensive rebounds. 11 rebounds in total, 4 assists. He had some pretty dimes today, 2 blocks, and he had 12 points. Still a great game from Scottie. Remember, guys, he's a rookie. And a lot of pressure is being put on him, it seems, by the fan base already to be like the superstar of this team. It's going to take some time. I mean, he's well capable of doing it, and that's why I guess we're all saying it. But we need to just chill out on the expectations for him just a little bit. Just a little bit, because he's still going to outshine the rest of his rookie class, like I said. And I did make a video about this, that he is going to be the rookie of the year. Granted, even though Cade's back, and it's going to be a race, I still believe Barnes is going to have the edge because Barnes is going to be part of a winning team, and I do believe we're going to make the playoffs. That's my opinion, and I'm almost thinking it's facts, the way we've been playing. This game was ours, and we let it slip, and that can happen from time to time. And I know with the maturity that we have as a team, the way we bounce back from that 1-3 start for the season, we're gonna bounce back because we just went on a 5-game win streak. We lost one. Now let's take the next 10 games, y'all. Let's take all of them. Let's not let this one blemish in our recent streak put an end to our hot streak, because this was a 1-point loss. And there's a lot more where that came from. And I know our boys are pissed about this, and I know that they're about to go off. They're finna go crazy against the Nets. And the Nets are gonna have problems with us. Durant and Harden better be ready. I'm gonna say it right now. They're gonna wish they had Kyrie for us, because I know we're gonna be cheese for that game. And it's on Sunday. I can't wait to watch that and to break it down for y'all after the game, because I'm gonna tell you right now, that's circled on my calendar for sure. That's a big test for these Raptors. We're going to see if we can hang with the big boys in the East. Now, I just want to break down the box score real quick. Anunoby had 23 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Beautiful numbers from him. He continues to shine. He's being very consistent now after that slow start. And I love seeing that from OG. 1 steal, 1 block as well from the defensive phenom. 10 of 21 from the field. Great efficiency. 3 of 7 from beyond the arc. That's improved a lot more, because he did start off cold, like I said, and that was also from beyond the arc. Van Vliet had 18 points. He continued to be solid, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. He's really affecting everything in the game, a lot of different categories in the game. He also got a steal, and he had 4 turnovers in this one, granted in 37 minutes, and that can happen sometimes, especially in a close game like this. Freddie is leading the league in minutes at the moment. And what I'm going to say about Gary Trent Jr., who's next on this list, he is a dog defensively. I don't know what this kid has been eating. I don't know who got to him, but someone told him he can't D up or something. And he's like, oh yeah? Well, I'm going to lead the league in steals, because that's what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing right now. That's 6 steals that he had in this game. The dude is an actual thief. As I mentioned before, 17 points for him to go along with that on great efficiency, which I love to see, because he has struggled from the field and from 3-point range quite often this season, even though he's been instrumental in many of our wins so far. And there's no doubt in my mind that he'll continue to be instrumental moving into the future in terms of wins for our team. He was 7 of 14 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3-point range. Absolute beautiful efficiency from GTJ, and I love seeing that. Like I said, Precious Achiuwa had a much better first half. He had a better game overall. He had 8 rebounds, so he was more visible, and he didn't seem like he was too out of place in this one, like the other games. Kem Birch got much more run, and that's a wiser choice by Nick, because Kem is playing his ass off right now. He had 7 offensive boards in this one. The amount of second chance points we're gaining from Kem Birch alone in the last couple of games has been huge for our team. He had 4 points to go along with it, 2 blocks. Now, I know the points don't stand out at you, but that's not what he's there for. He's there for boarding, for blocking, and for the intangibles that he provides. He will get you a few points here and there. Don't be surprised if you see a couple 20-point nights from Birch here and there. But the thing is that he's not there for that, so we must remember that. It was good to see Malachi Flynn have a good game in this. Decent game in terms of efficiency. He only played 7 minutes, but in those 7 minutes, he was 2 for 2 from the field and 1 for 1 from 3-point range, and that was beautiful to see. He also had 3 steals in 7 minutes. Our team is full of thieves right now. I'm going to say that right now, because we know OG thiefs the ball. We know Barnes is a thief. We know Gary Trent Jr. is the thief. Banton thiefs the ball. And Malachi Flynn had 3 steals in 7 minutes. It was a +4 with 5 points. It was a good game for Flynn in the time that he came in. He did what we asked him to do when we needed him to. And Bloc Québécois, Mr. Chris Boucher, 7 minutes, 0 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. He had a defensive board, no blocks, no steals. I don't know what's happening with him. I don't know if it's a confidence thing or what it is with him. He had a turnover as well. -4 for the game. He got taken out quickly. Just a negative impact in the game, and I I feel, you know what? I'm going to give you a hot take on this, guys. I think it is a confidence thing with Chris Boucher. He needs to settle back into the mentality that was in last year, where he had something to prove. I don't know if it's because he's not playing the power forward minutes and Scottie Barnes is. I don't know if he expected to start this season and he's sour about it and he's salty about it. I'm not sure. But what I do know is that Chris Boucher is much better than what we've been seeing, and there's something mentally going on with him that's stopping him. Now, like I said, I did drop a video on Delano Banton, and like I said before, he did have a great game, especially in that first half. He played 10 minutes. It was only 10 minutes, but he was 5 for 7 from the field in those 10 minutes, 0 for 1 from 3. And he took a 3, and that's great to see. Better than Ben Simmons, right? And he was +5 from, he was +5 overall efficiency-wise and plus minus, and he had 11 points. And that's only in 10 minutes. I'm not sure why he didn't play any more minutes, but then again, I'm not going to question Nick Nurse and his coaching staff. They know what they're doing. That's why they get paid the big bucks. I always say this. Svi Mihailuk had a very rare off night. I don't think I've seen him have an off night since preseason. I don't even think I've seen him have an off night ever since he's been on the Raptors. He's been solid. His shooting numbers, I always tout them on all of my post-game takes. This guy was 1 for 5 from the field tonight, 1 for 3 from three-point range. He had a couple rebounds. He surprisingly had no steals because he's always teething as well. And okay, fine. He's human. Now we know he's human. We know Svi can have an off night here and there. But overall, I love what he brings to this team, and I'm not worried about Svi at all. Now, in terms of top performers for Cleveland, I will say rookie Evan Mobley, the first game he's faced off against number 4th pick, Scottie Barnes. And we all know Evan Mobley was picked over number 2 overall. He had a good game. 18 points, 2 blocks, 5 rebounds, all of them defensive. 7 of 14 from the field, and he missed all his threes. He took 3 of them. 4 of 4 from the free throw line, so that's great free throw percentage from a 7-foot big man. And that was a great game from Mobley all around. He did outplay Barnes in this one, I would say, in terms of efficiency and stats. But overall impact in the game, I would say they both had equal impacts for their teams. If not more for Barnes, because 8 offensive boards is no joke. I'm not going to lie. Not to mention, I'm going to mention this, Mobley put back the ball into his own net. And that was the funniest thing ever. Off a Scottie Barnes miss, Mobley goes to like grab the board, and I don't know what struck him, but he just puts it right back into the net. Like fiercely he does that. It was really funny. But yeah, that happened. So I would say Barnes over Mobley in this one, just for that shit right there. But Garland had an amazing game for Cleveland. He was super efficient from the field. He was 8 of 12, 2 of 3 from the three-point range, made all his 3 free throws, 8 assists. He had a steal, and he had 21 points. He was a +1 for them. He did have 4 turnovers, but overall, great game, great efficiency from Darius Garland. If y'all have him on fantasy, then y'all are happy with that night for sure. C.D. Osman was great for them off the bench, by the way, for Cleveland. 5 of 12 from the field, 5 of 10 from three-point range. He made 5 threes for them with 17 points. He had a block for them as well, 2 assists, 2 boards, both defensive, in a solid 26 minutes of action from CD. And that was really good to see from him. I really think he's a great shooter, and he's underrated, you know. I think C.D. Osman got game. Ricky Rubio did his thing as well. He didn't have any steals, surprisingly. But he's been playing pretty well, the Spaniard has. The veteran Spaniard, I should say. 4 or 8 from the field, 1 or 1 from the three-point range, and 11 points he had for Cleveland. And unfortunately, yes, Cleveland did come away with a W in this one, guys. But, like I said, nothing to fear. I know another win streak is coming. I can smell it. And also, Scottie Barnes' hand is going to heal. And I know for a fact, once that happens, he's going to be clicking on all cylinders. We're not going to see bad efficiency from him again. And I know Delano Banton is going to get more run, and I'm really happy to see him on the court. I'm a big fan of his game. And he is from Toronto, so who can't love him, right? And he's playing for our city. But anyways, y'all, Raptors Nation, we can rest easy knowing that we can stand up to any challenge. So bring it Kevin Durant, bring it Brooklyn Nets. I'll see y'all on Sunday. Y'all have a good one. Peace.